have no strength. I just blame the police officers. They were responsible for security in my child's home, but failed. I have nothing else to say.
We're going to discuss this now with Jean-Paul Murunga. He's a program officer at Equality Now and has 16 years experience in human rights, gender and child protection advocacy and litigation in Africa. He's speaking to us now from Nairobi. Jean-Paul, really good to have you on this channel to speak about such an important issue. And gender-based violence, of course, happens globally. We're focusing on Kenya here, especially female athletes. Is this a bigger problem in Kenya than elsewhere?
Yeah, it's really a big problem here, and we've just completed a review of all laws in Africa, and we are seeing that Kenya is among countries leading in gender-based violence, especially intimate partner violence. It's a problem globally, but with the many laws we are having a challenge of implementation, and I think that's giving the vice an opportunity to continue growing.
The laws that are in Kenya right now, how much do they do to protect women?
We have a national law starting from the Constitution, which provides for the right to be free from violence for all women and girls. And then we have a domestic violence law, which is providing, including for protection orders to be issued in cases of domestic violence. Unfortunately, the implementation of these laws has been a challenge, and even regulations that enable some of the provisions to be effective has also been a challenge. So we've seen a wave of increased intimate partner violence, and even investigation of these cases becomes very difficult when they get to court. Even testifying, including partners testifying against each other, is also another challenge. And of course, stereotypes among the police, among people enforcing the law, because for a long time, domestic violence has been seen as a private matter. So prosecuting it within the public has been a challenge. But we hope that with the new laws we have, the domestic violence law, and also with the African Union developing a new convention on ending violence against women, we hope that all these efforts will go to address this menace.
So with all the laws in place, you speak about the difficulty of the implementation. So the government seems to be taking action. Why is that implementation, though, so difficult? And at which level does it start? Because women and young girls, we're often told to be safe, and we're taught how to, quote unquote, be safe in different surroundings and situations. But what is done then for boys and men growing up to also make them aware and to change perceptions around how women are treated?
There are programs initiated mostly by private institutions or private civil society organizations to change the norms. So we have education programs targeting couples, others targeting children, school children, boys and girls in girls' clubs. But these are very small drops in the ocean. We hope that the government will pick this up and have a nationwide rolled out program that aims to change the attitudes of men, especially towards women, and the power imbalance. But I think the other challenge that impedes implementation of the law is the lack of resources, because a lot of these cases happen in private spaces, and therefore the officers need to have mechanisms to investigate these cases and also to be able to present this evidence in court. And we are seeing a shortage of investigators. We are seeing a shortage of even transport logistics for these investigators to investigate these cases. So I think it is a whole society approach from individual social norm change, but also resourcing the whole paraphernalia, the whole infrastructure of law enforcement to ensure that any suspected cases are reported and are investigated. I think the challenge is that many cases go unreported, and most victims fear reporting because they know the case will not progress. They know that it will take a very long time and it will take a toll on them. So we need to have mechanisms that promote reporting of these cases.
And it sounds then that victims and survivors feel that justice will not be served. That then speaks to training within the police force, surely, or having special units that are trained to help women. Because as you say, many women are not coming forward. They're not reporting this, which means that gender-based violence, femicide, is being highly underreported in Kenya.
That's true.
And then when it comes to sports and various organizations working with young athletes, this athlete who was killed in particular is just one of several that have happened in Kenya. Then it also speaks to how those working in the sports industry may not be equipped to know how to deal when women come forward saying that they've been harassed or abused, because sports is often dominated by men.
Very true. There's need for codes of conduct, even for coaches, for everybody that is guiding the teams, so that the violations are reduced.
Jean-Paul Murunga, thank you so much for breaking that down for us, speaking from Nairobi.
Thank you.